Welcome everybody. I'm Pauline and I'm from the Netherlands. I work for a store called HEMA, and it's indeed the largest department store of the Netherlands. I'm a marketing campaign leader and I'm in charge of our campaigns that we dedicate to the LGBT community and of which we donate to the good cause in the Netherlands. Since the Netherlands was the first country that opened up civil marriage to same-sex couples, I want to share a little bit more about this with you. April 1st in 2001 marked the day that the first same-sex couples were joined in marriage in Amsterdam City Hall. And this marked an end of a 15-year-old process. It's really important to the why of our campaign, so I want to share a little bit more information. By the mid-1980s, the only tool gay couples had was the notarized cohabitation contract. This contract had no social values whatsoever, people couldn't adopt, there were no succession rights, and there were also no pension entitlements. In 1985, the chief public prosecutor of the Netherlands, he found a loophole in the Dutch law because it didn't explicitly state that a man could only marry a woman or the other way around. So he called the chief and editor of the gay newspaper and he asked them to use this fact and go to court. They formed a think tank together and they looked in all different kind of ways how it would be possible to open up civil marriage for same-sex couples. So they found a same-sex couple that was really willing to marry, and then they had to look for a city which was willing to agree to the marriage license. In their wildest dreams, they would never imagine that they found a mayor actually really quick, but it was in a quite conservative court district, so the risk of failure was way too high. They thought again, and then they thought of, well, let's go to Amsterdam because that's probably the court district where they have the most liberal judges. The mayor actually agreed to the marriage license, and the Register of Amsterdam turned down the request, and that's exactly what they expected beforehand. So the couple needed to go to court, and that's what they really wanted. Before they started, the group already said, like, it will probably take us 15 years before we get this bill filed. The first government will oppose, the second government will consider, and the third government will approve. And actually, that's exactly what happened. The political battle began, and it took them until 2001 until the legislation passed, and it passed big time actually. All parties were in favor of this bill except for the two big Christian parties. As of April 1st, 2001, the civil marriage was open in the Netherlands, and at midnight, the four first couples were joined in marriage by the mayor of Amsterdam. Throughout Dutch society, marriage soon became very normal and accepted, and gay marriage lost its currency because people came to understood that it's actually exactly the same as a marriage between a man and a woman. So we don't have gay marriage in the Netherlands, we just have marriage for everybody, and that day it became possible for everybody to celebrate their love. So what about HEMA? HEMA is a department store which has been known for 92 years, and it started all in Amsterdam. We are attempting to make the daily lives of our customers more easy and more fun. We have more than 30,000 of our own products and services. We are based in 9 countries, and we have 750 stores. We employ over 19,000 of people. In the Netherlands, we're actually one of the oldest and the most famous brands in the country, and we play a very important part in society, which is of course a really good thing, but it's also quite difficult because we tend to raise awareness about certain causes that we really care about, but not all people like it that we do it. So it's difficult from time to time, and many boycotts have been called upon us, but you know, people shop at our stores anyway, so we keep on doing this. And we really need to raise awareness about certain things, and one of those causes is the reason actually I'm here today. So in 2016 we launched our first campaign during Pride Amsterdam, and we were one of the first companies in the Netherlands doing so. We made t-shirts with our icons on it, and all the profits went to the good cause. It was the COC, a Dutch organization, and actually it went viral. People loved it. Everybody wanted to have those t-shirts. In 2017 we made another t-shirts, and there were t-shirts with different colors and all kinds of different names on it. People who would buy a t-shirt wouldn't know what name was going to be on it before they bought it. So it could be a male name, a gender neutral name, a female name. You wouldn't know unless you buy it first. And this is because it shouldn't matter what name is on your t-shirt, or no matter who you love, because love is for everybody. The campaign was a big success. Everybody received it really well, but yeah, it needed a lot of explanation, because in the end people really wanted, to pick a name for themselves. But it did really well, and again we donated all the profits. So in 2018 we wanted to do something different. We didn't want to do another t-shirt, because we don't want to have our campaigns being a gimmick or a joke. It's actually really serious what we do. And we wanted to express our feelings and a message. But in the beginning we had no initial good idea actually. A lot of journalists in the Netherlands are really looking into companies who contribute to the Pride, because they accuse them of pinkwashing. A lot of companies, they do their Pride things because they do it for marketing purposes, or they want to generate sales for their own profit. So at first we decided to keep quiet and just make a silent donation so we could still support the COC. But with the Pride Week around the corner, we really felt that we needed to make a statement, and everybody was anxiously waiting for our company, like, what are you going to do during the Pride? So we need to do something. So since we were the first company to open up civil marriage, something that we are really proud of, and as a company we fully support, we wanted to do something with this, because we are aware of the fact that in Europe, quite close to our home, it's not possible for a lot of same-sex couples to be joined in matrimony. And since HEMA is for everyone, we believe that love is for everyone. So we wanted to raise awareness about this fact, and we invited 3 European couples who are not able to marry in their own country to the Netherlands to get them married over there. So together we celebrated the symbolic marriage. And when we announced it in the media 2 weeks before, it totally exploded. We received thousands of likes from the Dutch people, comments, shares, all kinds of press releases were in the media. It was crazy. It was better than we could ever imagine. So here are just some comments. It's all in Dutch, but I think the emoticons will definitely show what people are trying to say. These are all news coverage. I think you see maybe some familiar faces on there. We had a lot of influencers tagging along in this campaign, and we had a lot of print media as well. So yeah, this was actually already a big success before it actually happened, but we still needed to organize a wedding, and we had 3 weeks. So usually you take a year for this, and now we had 3 weeks for a wedding, and we also had 3 couples, which we didn't know beforehand. So when they came to the Netherlands, we had a really busy program, and we had to get to know them in like 1 day, because we really want to personalize the whole wedding. This was not just a PR stunt. We really wanted to do something, and we really wanted to have the couples feel like it's their wedding, just as a heterosexual couple would experience the wedding day. So we ended up organizing a half-day wedding ceremony. We had a reception, we had drinks, we had outrageous wedding cakes. We took the couples on a boat ride through Amsterdam, and they had a dinner in one of the best restaurants in Amsterdam. Amsterdam official called Ina Poppe, she was one of the first people who got involved with the first marriage 18 years ago, was the one who married the couples. And we had a Dutch TV host presenting the whole ceremony. I think we made a really big statement, both nationally as internationally. And the most important part was that we showed that the love between same-sex couples is exactly the same as the love between a man and a woman. So, can you play the video, please?
Welcome to Amsterdam, and welcome to the Schellingwouderkerk, and welcome to the first HEMA marriage ever.
Supposed to shiver like that, but I think you got the memo. So for some it really was like their wedding day, and for some it was more about making a statement, but it was really special. There were actually a lot of tears out of happiness, out of joy. I cried my eyes out the whole day actually. And George and George all blew us away because they walked down the aisle, and it was the first time for them ever holding hands in public. And they got so emotional that everybody started crying when they walked in. Even the guy who was doing the ceremony, so we had to wait a little bit until he was, getting himself together to do the ceremony. So it was really, really nice. One of the Georges who got married, actually, he told me after the ceremony that he was so happy with his newlywed husband and the marriage, but he was also kind of sad because this was still necessary. And they really did this for the next generation, so they wouldn't have to come to a different country without their family, without their dog, really important to them, to get married. So yeah, it was a really happy day, but also quite a tough day for many. So in addition, we have a famous pastry, which you saw on the t-shirts before. It's called a tompoes. It's with a cream filling, and it has a glazed coating. Normally it's pink on the on the top, but during Pride Week we made one with a rainbow coating, and we sold it all over the Netherlands. So everybody in the Netherlands was able to celebrate the marriage with us, and all the profits we made we donated again to the COC. So I guess the success of this campaign really is in the details. A lot of companies try to make a statement during Pride, but some of them do it for marketing purposes. And although I'm a marketing campaign leader and we approach this as a marketing campaign, it's not. We don't have any sales target, we don't have any commercial targets. We really do this because we want to raise awareness, and we really do this for the good cause actually. And I think Lucas just said it, the biggest success is because we make it into something positive. It's a really serious subject, but we don't make it heavy. We make it something fun, we make it about love and about celebrating. So we also stay away from religion because we don't want to touch that as a company. And we don't judge, we don't force our opinion onto people who don't sympathize with our message. We make sure, we think that there's no use in fighting a really nasty battle in the team of the opposed when you can just, celebrate love with everybody who wants to, and then really hope that this love and this celebration is contagious so that we can spread this all over the Netherlands, all over Europe, and hopefully all over the world. So I've mentioned the COC quite a lot. They are an organization in the Netherlands, and they are really our backbone during our Pride campaigns. They have been advocating the rights of gay men, lesbians, transgenders, intersex persons for many, many years now. And they are our credible partner really within the community. And together with our marketing experts and their expertise within the community, we make a pretty strong team. We for 3 years now we've been donating to them to their GSAs. They have gender and sexuality alliances, and these are groups of students and teachers on high schools. They create together a safe environment for everybody on high school, and they're doing actually a really good job because recent research showed that the schools that have a GSA actually have much less absenteeism than the schools that don't. So we are pretty proud to support this as a company. So I'm actually really proud to work for a commercial company that is also willing to invest in a good cause and contribute to everything that we do for the COC. And I'm also really proud to stand here in front of you, but I am completely aware that I live in a country who fought this battle 20 years ago, and now it's much easier for us to do so. But I really wanted to share a story today because I want to tell you about the importance that companies really get involved in this matter, because they have a lot of power actually, and if they believe in what they do and do what they say, keep it positive, then they can help you succeed in everything you do. And I'm certain that HEMA will always support you, no matter what. So Simeon, thank you for inviting me, and thank you everybody.